It is from GreenPan. It's your Fuzzy Logic carb-reducing 8-cup rice cooker and tools. It's $79.98. Your 4 easy payments, $20. And yeah, you get it on free shipping and handling as well. K98191 is your item number. And look at all the things that you can make, because it's not just a rice cooker. Did you know that you can make soup in it? What about grains? Yep, you can do that as well. Oh, beans? We talked earlier about this. You can even do grits and polenta in it as well. So it is a multi-cooker, which I appreciate, and it takes the guesswork out of something that can typically be a little bit challenging to cook, and I consider myself a really good cook. We have all of these gorgeous colors that you can shop for. So here it is in the graphite. Next is this beautiful cream. And then these next 3 colors, exclusive to us here at QVC. You have that gorgeous taupe. That's our most limited option. Then you have this beautiful mint julep. And then lastly, Oxford blue. So you're gonna get your rice cooker, but then you're getting all of these wonderful accessories, which make me so happy, especially the 8 recipe cards. So if you're wondering, besides rice, what can it do? It's gonna give you a lot of fun ideas there with the recipe card. You're gonna get your measuring cup. You're gonna get your spoon and your rice ladle in there. And then this little contraption, I cannot wait to show you that, because this is what makes your rice, your carbs, 33% less. How about that? 33% less carbs. So now, if you're making a smarter choice to want to reduce your carbs a little bit, but you don't want to give up the taste, you don't want to give up the flavor, that is going to come in handy. Jeremy Parker is here. GreenPan, innovative cookware that is non-stick, that I love GreenPan.
Yeah.
And now, something that can be challenging to cook, and you know, you're a chef.
I'm telling you, rice is one of those things that is a pain in the pan. Okay,
I liked it. I liked it.
And here's why: is because, you know, actually, this is just some regular rice. GreenPan has, you know, changed the world with their non-stick cookware, and they stopped using things like PFAS. What is PFAS? It was a type of a non-stick coating that has harmful chemicals that we just have stopped using. GreenPan started making non-stick with ceramic, and now they've become a world leader in kitchen electrics, and they've made, if not probably the best rice cooker that money can buy. It has something called Fuzzy Logic, so it monitors your rice and your grains as it cooks it, so you never overcook or undercook. Whether you're cooking for one person or you're doing 8 cups of cooked rice for an entire dinner party.
Yep.
And what you don't have to do is watch rice. Monifa, I don't know if you've ever done this, but we've all done this. When you cook rice in a pot and it burns in the bottom.
It's the worst.
And you get that layer. We used to just scrape it and just eat that, and then I don't know what happened to that. That just lived on the pan.
And that's a hard pan to clean afterwards too.
Yeah, and then it boils over. You have to watch it. So this, you just set it, you forget it, you let it do all the work for you, but as a bonus, there is something here that is so fascinating. You can actually remove 1/3 of the carbs from just regular rice.
Yeah.
And let me show you how it works, because when I first heard it, I was like, come on.
I know. I was too, to be honest. I was like, how do you remove 1/3 of carbs?
How do you do that?
Without me rinsing it like over and over again?
That doesn't even matter. You rinse it, that just takes the dust off the outside of it.
Yeah.
That just cleans the outside.
Yep.
So don't be confused. This is not like rinsing rice. What happens is, as it cooks, the water cooks the starch, and it percolates up and traps 33% of the starch carbs in this water. If I pour this out, you see all that milky bit right there. That is that starch. Those are those carbs that you are removing right there. You can even see it coating this right here, all this sort of gunky stuff right there. So you take 1/3 of those carbs out, and you are left with a delicious, fluffy, just perfect rice. I mean, it is absolutely wonderful. And again, here you can see it working. All you do, add water and rice, and then there's 10 separate functions. So if you want to cook regular rice, by the way, it's fine. Just cook regular rice. You could do white rice carb reduction and brown rice reduction.
Nice.
So it works for both of them. And then, of course, you take that out, and it's perfect. Nothing sticks because it has that ceramic non-stick to it, that healthy, conscious cooking. And you are going to have great rice, great tasting, It is delicious.
Speaking of tasting.
Oh, here, and I'll tell you what.
I'm like, give me the rice.
Okay, so here. And now listen, by the way, I almost want to do a blind test, but you know which one's which now.
Yeah, I do now.
This is low carb. This is regular rice.
Okay.
It's very difficult. You would never know the difference. I almost preferred the low carb because
the funny thing is I was looking at this and I said this to you earlier, like the low carb rice actually looks a little fluffier.
Yeah.
I don't make rice like this.
Yeah.
My rice never comes out right. I never get it right. It's always too hard and I gotta cook it longer and then I gotta add more water to the thing. And do you stir it, don't stir it? Like rice is all,
Yeah. And I mean, right? It's fantastic. Everyone I've known that has had this, if you've never owned a rice cooker,
perfectly cooked rice.
It will change everything. Okay.
That's why the restaurants use them. Like, think about it. The restaurants don't cook rice on the stove. They use rice cookers. All the Japanese restaurants.
Absolutely.
For their sushi and everything, this is what they're using.
And then what you do, if you're going to make sushi rice, all you're going to do is just add that mirin, which is vinegar and
I'm making some tonight.
Sugar and salt is what that vinegar rice. Rice vinegar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so rice vinegar.
It's called mirin with sugar and salt.
I have mirin at home. I'm making some tonight because I just love sushi rice.
Delicious.
But okay, so how do we use it? We get it home.
Okay, so here. So let me show you how to make low carb rice right here.
Yes.
Okay, because we've got some brown rice. Now I'll get to everything else. Quinoa. All you're going to do is you add your rice here. Okay, it comes with the measuring cup, a cup and a half of rice.
Perfect.
And then you're going to fill this. Now there's two different measurements. One for regular rice, white rice, brown rice, just like a traditional rice cooker where you just pour water, flip it around, and this line is for your low carb. You just fill it to the line right there, and then I put the tray in. And then you're just going to press, you turn this on, and there are your 10 presets.
Nice.
Now, if you come in close, you can see, I'll go through these with you. There's one for white rice there. Okay, go next to that. There's your brown rice function. Multigrains, wild rice. Here's your low carb white rice, low carb brown rice. Then you has a soup function, which is exclusive to QVC, by the way. It'll do quinoa, beans, steel cut oats from the raw.
Nice.
So I'm just going to go here, press start, boom, and that is ready to go. It'll come out perfect.
We talked about grits. We talked about polenta earlier.
Yeah.
They got a lot of us excited.
Yes.
What preset would you think I would use for that?
I would probably use just the regular rice.
That's what I thought. I was going to say that.
Yeah,
just the rice one.
Just the regular one, right?
Love
for that.
it. Okay.
Okay, so for this right here, this is some quinoa. So again, you want to do quinoa the easiest way. Quinoa, some water, press the quinoa button, and it will come out absolutely perfect.
Quinoa is so good. If you've never tried quinoa, you don't know what it is. It's an amazing grain that's really good for you, and it takes on the flavor of kind of whatever you put it with. So it goes really nicely with chicken and your fishes, and over a salad is fantastic. I love quinoa in a salad. It's probably my favorite way to have quinoa.
Oh, I love this. You just mix all that in for a nice Greek salad right there, and that is so simple and delicious. And the quinoa, again, you don't have to monitor it. As soon as it's done cooking, it will automatically go to warm and keep it warm until you're ready to eat.
Love, love, love quinoa.
Okay, let's talk breakfast.
Yes, please.
So if you want to do real steel cut oats, not the instant stuff. So here.
And this is healthier for you to do the real steel cut ones as well.
Again, it's as simple as just steel cut oats, water, hit the button, and it will cook it perfectly. This smells so good.
And I said this earlier, I am a big fan of giving kids hot breakfast. I did that with my daughter. She never ate anything cold for breakfast ever.
Yeah.
And so this is something that you can put on first thing in the morning, get it going, then get the kids up, get them dressed, get them ready. By the time you do all of that, guess what? Breakfast is ready, and now you can send them off with a hot breakfast, especially those of us who live in places where it's a little colder outside right now. So I love the fact that it does still cut oats. And even for us who just trying to make a healthier choice in the morning, some people skip breakfast, and you shouldn't.
No.
This is an easy way to have your breakfast.
That's right. Breakfast, use your steel cut oats for breakfast, quinoa for lunch, rice for your dinner. You'll use it 3 times a day. Okay. For beans.
Yes, and I love my beans.
Yeah, and I mean, you do kidney beans, black eyed peas.
Yeah.
And it has a preset for that, so it's wonderful. One of the tough things to do, again, this will cook it perfectly, so you get that wonderful, maybe you want a good protein and you don't want meat.
I love black beans, too.
I love black beans. I mean, rice and beans. Rice and beans.
Yep.
So many cultures, rice and beans.
Yeah, rice and beans all over the world.
All over the world,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. And it's fantastic. So this will do those beans beans just like that.
Yep.
And then, of course, any kind of rice, by the way. Basmati rice. This is wild rice in here. It could be saffron rice or dirty rice or Spanish rice or, like I said, polenta. You know, there's so many different things that you could do. This has a setting for wild rice too. So
nice. You're
going to use this. It is a game changer. And to clean it.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about cleaning it before I go over the colors again.
This comes out and goes into the dishwasher. You can just wipe it clean, but just put that in the dishwasher.
Can the other parts go into the dishwasher too?
No, all the electronics.
Carb?
Oh yes, and the carb. This also goes in the dishwasher.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, listen.
And the paddles.
This is the lowest price that we've found on this one. It's $79.98. If you were to buy this separately for everything, it's $159, by the way. So to get this home for under $80, it's not just a rice cooker. You just saw all the things, and not even all the things. You just saw all the different ways of rice and maybe a little bit of beans that it can cook. We have more to show you. This is so nice, and the footprint of it is small. That's what I appreciate. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your home. So this color here is the graphite. That's been the most popular choice. Next, we have it here in the cream. And then exclusive to QVC is the taupe. That's our most limited option. Only 1,900 remaining for the day. Okay, next is that beautiful mint julep. And then also exclusive is that Oxford blue. So you're gonna get your rice cooker, but then look what you're getting. You're gonna get those 8 recipe cards. So if you go, I don't know what to do with it, this is a lot of inspiration right there. You're gonna get that carb reducer, which I appreciate that. 1/3 less carbs in your rice, your measuring cup, your spoon, and your ladle there as well. So everything here you're getting for under $80, the lowest price we found. Not only is it going to cook your rice, your beans, your grains, your oatmeal, but it does so much more. But the rice, it's easy. It's a no-brainer. If you've ever struggled with rice, this is going to take the struggle out of it. That's what I appreciate. If you ever want to do those kind of your own bowls at home, whether it's, you know, the stir fries or whatever it is, easy to do. And again, we're trying to make smarter choices. And you just made a lovely little fajita bowl with probably less carbs in that rice.
This is our low-carb fajita bowl right here. By the way, it comes with 8 recipe cards here too. So a lot of cooking ideas, everything from soup. There's even one for brownies.
Yes, there is. Please, brownies.
Yeah, and this is our low carb. And you're going to get also the serving spoon here, which I'm going to use for some salsa on here. And then maybe some sour cream if you like. You could put some avocado on there.
Yep, I'm doing that.
And just a love, and that is a low carb fajita bowl. Fantastic. And all you're doing, remember, is using just regular rice.
Yeah.
And it's reducing the carbs. And again, if you're just tuning in, you don't, how does it take the carbs out? I've got another example right here, is that as you cook this in low carb rice mode and you put the tray in, it reduces, see, the water that percolates up on top, if we come over the top, you'll see.
And talk about the difference between that and like rinsing your rice.
So when you're rinsing your rice, you're really just rinsing off sort of rice dust off the outside. You're just cleaning the rice. This cooks starchy water. Those starches, those carbs, it takes 1/3. It has been independently tested and verified. And so you are left with delicious rice that just has 1/3 less carbs.
And just a fun fact, I learned about rinsing rice. I was in Thailand. And I went to a cooking class, and she took us to a wonderful open market, and she showed us all the different rices, and she talked about rinsing rice and how it does not reduce carbs. It literally is exactly what it's just cleaning the rice.
Correct.
That is it. So, but this reduces the carbs.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Okay, now let's talk
Soups,
soup. Now, this is exclusive to QVC. You can only get the soup function on the ones here at QVC. Okay,
Nice.
So here is one, by the way. This is on a recipe card. This is our tortellini soup that you can do in here. And so again, maybe you have an RV, a camper, or a boat or something, and you want to use this all the time. Use it to make soup.
Nice. And that's easy. Like you literally throw it in there and you forget it. You put all the ingredients in there and you don't have to worry about it. Like that is easy cooking. That's why I said a rice cooker, what? It's definitely more than a rice cooker. So you can do a lot of different functions with that.
Yeah. Oh, and one of my favorites, of course, is I worked in a Mexican restaurant for a little while. Being from California. Mexican rice, seasoned rice. It's fantastic. Hey, if you want to season your rice.
By the way, California has the best Mexican food. I said it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I agree. Okay, I know there's people in Texas going to argue with you, and some people in New Mexico might too, but hey, and Arizona. But this is just fantastic. So you could season your rice. You have the lono broth, if you got that.
Yes.
Use that instead of water.
Right.
Season your rice.
Flavor.
Add flavor. Reduce the carbs.
That's what